Toyota 86 is a globally acclaimed sports coupe, the focus of a fast-growing, passionate fan base of owners worldwide. And in New Zealand, we race them in the Toyota 86 Championship. Hello and a warm welcome to the final round of the Toyota 86 Championship, with just 3 races to go now in what has been the closest championship in the 6-year history of the series. Currently, Jaden Ransley leads the way, but Callum Hedges' recent form has put him just 18 points behind, with former leader Jordan Baldwin still in contention in third. So, coming into the Hampton round, it's all up for grabs with 3 races to go. Now, before we get down to the action, let's look back at what happened last time out at Manfeild. The penultimate round, always important, with the home of Toyota just down the road at Palmerston North. Jaden Ransley and Callum Hedge resume their battle for honours, with Ransley winning race 1 by 4 seconds, with Hedge second and his teammate Aaron Crichton in third place. Race 2 was much closer, with the Carevets boys once again taking it to Neil Motorsports' Jaden Ransley. But over the 12 laps, once again, Ransley prevailed, but this time by only 0.2 of a second. Once again, it was Hedge second, and Aaron Crichton again rounding out the podium. In race 3, Aaron Crichton's luck would run out when he went off and would rejoin at the back. But once again, it was the Jaden and Callum show. But this time, Callum hedged his bets for the win and finally got one over his arch rival, winning by just over a second to take the title chase into the final weekend at Hampton Downs. Ransley was second, and rookie Caleb Natoa putting on a great performance in third. So let's take a look at the points after round 4 at Manfeild. Ransley leads by just 18 after Hedges win, and Hedge stays second. But Baldwin still in third place and still has a mathematical chance as we head to Hampton Downs.
To be 18 points ahead's not that much though. It's going to be incredibly tight this weekend. Just hopefully we can be up there in the pointy end for all 3 races and just hopefully come out with the win.
Like so many youngsters these days, 17-year-old Aucklander Peter Vodanovic made use of modern technology and learned his racecraft on simulators. But now the racing is very real, and Peter has already started winning in his first full season in the series.
Well, I've always had a passion for racing ever since I was a kid, but we didn't come from a family background of racing, so my only way into the sport was to start on a simulator. So I started with Gran Turismo and Assetto Corsa and iRacing and worked my way up from there. I've learned a lot about the setup of the car too from that simulator. It's been great coming into the Toyota series and already having a decent knowledge of how to set up a car. It's arguably the top 10 top series in New Zealand at the moment. The level of talent is immense. I mean, I'm really racing against the top up-and-coming drivers of New Zealand. It's been a huge season. We unfortunately had a DNF at round 1 after getting taken out, and that really put us on the back foot. We were 16th in the championship at one point, but we've managed to work our way up to 4th overall in the championship, which I think is a huge achievement. So I started off in the 2K Cup. That was my first time in a real car. I did it with my dad, just as some family fun racing, and the passion just grew and grew, and eventually we moved from the Toyota MR2 into the 86. I'm excited to say that we're heading to Australia later this year to run in the Australian Toyota 86 series, and super stoked that my dad's helping me out there, and also Todd Pelham, my engineer, is also coming over with us to help set up the car, so super stoked for the future.
The rain started to come down heavy at the start of the 86 qualifying, putting pressure on the drivers to set an early lap time. Callum Hedge was fastest on lap 4 with 1 minute 19.258, and a second time of 1 minute 19.323 to take pole for both race 1 and race 3. Caleb Natoa second fastest with 1 minute 19.8, but championship leader Jaden Ransley struggled to find his pace. He set his best time on his 4th lap, just 1 minute 20.5. The team had made changes, but when he came back out, the rain was just too heavy. So he would have to start 8th in race 1 and 13th in race 3. A big hill to climb for the championship leader.
Once I did my quick lap, then I did another one that was semi-close, and then it started to rain pretty hard, so we parked up for the rest of the session.
Champion chase is on.
Yeah, exactly. The main thing is just finish in front of Jaden for the free race. Top.
Coming up, all the action from race 1. We meet the contenders for the title and a young man on a mission, Brock Gilchrist. So the championship comes down to this. 3 drivers who have all led the championship at some point in the year, 3 races and 75 points per race win. 20-year-old Jordan Baldwin wants to add the overall title to last year's rookie win. 17-year-old Jaden Ransley of Christchurch has been the most consistent driver of the season and now just needs to finish it off and continue his form. And finally, 15-year-old sensation Callum Hedge in his first year in Tin Tops has already wrapped up the rookies title, but Hedge wants to win it all here at home in Auckland and become the champion of 2019. It's all to play for between these 3. So the grid for race 1 sees championship contender Callum Hedge in pole position, alongside him Caleb Natoa, then Crichton and Fadanovic on row 2. Then it's Brock Gilchrist and a lot of work to do from P6 for championship leader Jaden Ransley. Connor Adam and Justin Allen just behind. Then a little further down, it's Jordan Baldwin, 3rd in the championship. A lot of work to do for him too. Stewart alongside him, then Connor Davidson and Leo Bolt. Then comes Jacob Cranston, Andrew Jackson at the back, Sam Wright. Here we go then, the rain has gone and we go racing at Hampton Downs. The first of 3 races and away goes the pole position man Callum Hedge. Good start from Vodanovic, he popped out in the middle there in the blue and black and he's sandwiched in the middle. Natoa going around the outside, bit of wheel spin from him. Lost a little bit of time, but he's holding on to second for now. But a big battle for second and third. Look at this as they dive into turn 2, but it's Callum Hedge leading the rookies and trying to win the overall. He's 18 points behind Jaden Ransley, but where's Ransley? Ransley's gone backwards as we go on board with Connor Adam up to turn 4. Post-haste man on the inside, but look how close it is. Justin Allen, there's Jaden Ransley. He's lost 2 places. Whoa! And Leo Bolt gets spun round. Did he touch anybody, or was that on his own? He may have just taken to the grass. Either way, he spins round, but it's Callum Hedge leading Caleb Natoa. And behind them, a good battle developing now between the other Corvette's car. That's, of course, Aaron Crichton, and he's got Brock Gilchrist stuck right behind him as they dive into the sweeper. Vodanovic now trying to defend his position from Connor Adam, who's got through. Good work by Connor Adam as we go on board with Jaden Ransley. You can see how much work the number 53 has to do. Yes, he leads the championship, but a terrible qualifying by his standards in the wet. And he really has to do all the work because his closest rival is leading the race at the moment. Callum Hedge, once in the lead, is not the kind of guy who's going to throw it down the road. Justin Allen just behind Jaden Ransley. Ransley pops out, trying to take Vodanovic, the Aucklander. And that's nicely done at turn 2. Beautifully done by the Neil Motorsport man. And that is why he's leading the championship. A picture-perfect overtake there by young Jaden Ransley. Still plenty of jostling for position though. Baldwin trying to come through as well. And Vodanovic had such a bright start and he's dropped backwards. We go on board with Justin Allen down towards the dipper. He's on the outside. And I think he's going to have to stay there. He tries to get onto the inside there, but there's a car on his inside and he's lost out of place. That's how easily you can lose a place at Hampton Downs. It's a tight track, Hampton, but there are a lot of places to overtake. And here's another opportunity at the long sweeper. Couple of possible lines through here, 4th gear, but the key is to get on the acceleration as soon as you can right here, because the rest is uphill and pretty much a long straight down towards the first turn, and that is the most obvious place to overtake here at Hampton Downs. Here come the leaders. Natoa doing a really good job of staying with Callum Hedge at the moment. Meanwhile, Crichton and Gilchrist stuck together as they dive into turn 1. Good battles now. And the racecraft is so improved as the season's gone on. As we look back from Aaron Crichton, Gilchrist is saying, make one mistake, buddy, and I'm there. He might even give him a little nudge to let him know as well. But people like Gilchrist and Aaron Crichton have been so impressive this season. not got the experience of an Adam or a Ransley in this series, or Vodanovic for that matter, and yet as Gilchrist goes through at 4, they really have improved their racecraft as the season's gone on. And Gilchrist has made the move, but he now needs to close the door going into the dipper. Because if he's not careful, he's going to leave enough room, and he has done, because back comes Aaron Crichton. Well, this is great racing. So Crichton back into 3rd place at the dipper. And while we were watching that, Jaden Ransley's recovery is in full swing. He's now right behind Brock Gilchrist in the battle we were watching a moment ago. And now it's a 3-way battle, and Ransley wants past both of these two men as they come out of the sweeper and up the hill again. Crucial points, every overtake for Ransley as he goes in pursuit of the leader of this race, Callum Hedge, trying to narrow that 18-point deficit and put himself in. There's 2 more races after this, remember. We look back from Aaron Crichton, and you can see, if he didn't look at his mirrors before, he's now got a mirror full of 2 cars, now 3 cars. Connor Adams coming as well. Ransley goes to the outside of 2. Can he get through there? Don't it? He switches back now. Over the top he goes. He's got good grip. Can he get past Gilchrist on the inside of 4? Gilchrist doesn't close the door. And Ransley will say thank you very much, and he does so through on Gilchrist. Good, fair racing. But Ransley takes the advantage, and he built on that from the outside of turn 2. But Gilchrist coming back at him, just as he did before on the previous lap. So, great stuff from Brock Gilchrist, denying the championship leader. And meanwhile, Natoa still keeping Callum Hedge honest at the moment. Hedge's fight, though, isn't with Natoa, and he may just let Natoa take another victory. But this is an intriguing race. Qualifying held in the wet, and as you can see, perfect conditions for racing. But that did jumble up the order a little in qualifying. Certainly in the case of Baldwin and Ransley, Hedge having no problem. Hedge has been clear right from the get-go this weekend. He wants to win, take pole position, and take the championship away from Jaden Ransley. And he's doing just that at the moment. Meanwhile, Brock Gilchrist under pressure again from Ransley. Well, Ransley did it last time. He does the switch back again. Is he going to make the exact same move? I think this time Gilchrist, and he is wise to it. He goes very wide there. There's no room, and it's really hard to do an overtake around the outside, but Ransley's trying it all the same. And now he switches back to come alongside him at the dipper, but Gilchrist has got the better line at the moment as they head down towards the famous left-hander. And in they go, and sure enough, Ransley doesn't make the move. Connor Adam is just behind him. It's been a strange season for Connor Adam. He started so brightly, and for most of the last 3 rounds, he's really been struggling. But he's still in the hunt at the moment. Further down, Justin Allen under pressure at the back, trying to defend that position in the Battery Town all yellow and black. Fighting with Jacob Cranston, and just behind him, number 21, Andrew Jackson. Cranston just holding off Justin Allen, who gets good drive along the front straight, and will he be able to get into the first corner before Cranston? We're watching it from Jackson. He looks to the inside now. So they may be fighting at the back, but it's just as tight. Great racing. Here comes Ransley again on Gilchrist, and he's got him now surely into 2. And another textbook overtake by the championship leader. Now goes in pursuit of Aaron Crichton. So this has been a good run from Ransley, but he needs it. He's going to maintain that lead. So he's just picking them off one by one. Vodanovic, Baldwin. Now Ransley has the better line coming down towards the dipper. Gets nice and wide and into the middle of the road, so Gilchrist has no chance. Connor Adam in the number 9 post-haste car just behind. So then, how far can Ransley go? He's got Kevet's man, Aaron Crichton, who will try to make it as hard as possible. He knows his teammate's leading, and he knows that Ransley is the man he needs to hold back if he can. As we go on board now with Brock Gilchrist of International Motorsport, sponsored by Nexus, coming up the hill. Number 10 getting good drive, and he'll try to use that drive now to get an inside move on Ransley at turn 1, but Ransley's got the corner covered and doesn't give him enough room on the inside. In fact, he's not close enough, Gilchrist, this time, but Ransley had it covered anyway. Now, how close can he get to Aaron Crichton? It's pretty close now. Into turn 2. Meanwhile, Hedge continues to lead. Crichton under pressure as they come out of 3, down towards 4. Ransley looking for a way past. Very close indeed. He goes to the outside. He'll now switch back. Here he goes. But Gilchrist goes with him. And this has been classic Ransley all race long. Crichton defending at the dipper now. But Ransley on the outside trying to force the issue. Side by side almost, and he may lose out here. Because here comes Gilchrist, and he's side by side with Ransley, who drops a wheel onto the dirt for a second. This is superb racing. Meanwhile, Crichton trying to not get distracted by the battle behind him, but Ransley got the impetus again. But here comes Gilchrist. There's 3 of them. You can throw a blanket over them. Out of the sweeper they come. Championship on the line for Neil Motorsport and Jayden Ransley. It's been a sensational year for the young Jayden Ransley. Such a popular figure in the paddock and a great sportsman. He truly deserves the win. And as we go on board, you can see he's lining himself up for another overtake. Here he comes. And Ransley up the inside. Brave as you like. Nicely done. And taking Aaron Crichton by surprise there, but through goes Ransley into 3rd place. What a way to go for the Miles Toyota man. Well, he's overtaken at 4 different corners by my estimation so far. So Ransley's got Hampton Downs absolutely down pat. Oh no! Connor Adam flips it and takes Ransley with him. 2 cars out, and one of them is the championship leader as Ransley is blindsided at turn 4. And as you can see, Connor Adam is going nowhere. And likewise, Ransley, sadly, after doing all the hard work, is out, and that could possibly end his championship hopes. What a shame for both Connor Adam and Jayden Ransley, but particularly for Ransley. Oh, and here he comes. What a great sportsman. Gonna check on his buddy, Connor Adam, and they shake hands. No hard feelings. And that's a brave move by Ransley, because his championship is gone up in smoke. And there's the accident again. It was his teammate Gilchrist he hit the back of. Dramatic pictures from the number 9. And here we see it from Vodanovic. Yeah, he just clipped the back of Gilchrist coming into 4. And Ransley wouldn't have known anything about it. Here's Baldwin's view. And the chassis on these 86s are so strong. Watch Ransley's position here. Oh, didn't know anything, and here we'll see it again. Coming into Ransley. Oh, big hit.
Oh, no, no! I just got drilled and I'm in the gravel track. I need to get out and check if Connor's all right. He's on his leg.
What a great sporting moment from Jayden Ransley. Yes, he was frustrated that his championship's just gone up in smoke, but his next care was for Connor Adam. A real true sportsman and a true champion. Well done, Jayden. And the race finishes under safety. There's the checkered flag. And that means that Callum Hedge, with victory there over Caleb Natar, will take the championship lead with 2 races to go. Confirmation then, Hedge, Natar, Gilchrist 3rd, Crichton, Vodanovic, Baldwin, then Stewart, Sam Wright, Davidson and Cranston 8th, 9th and 10th. And there you see it, Ransley and Adam, DNF.
The boys gave me a really good car that race and got a good start and managed to pull a little gap to Caleb behind me. At the start he was putting on quite a lot of pressure, but managed to just not make mistakes and keep moving forward.
Problems here for Jayden and the races. Looks like a good championship points haul for you.
Yeah, that really is a shame for him. He was doing a really good job coming from 6th to 3rd. It was going to be really close between us, and I really do feel sorry for him.
The car's been good ever since practice 1, and we haven't really touched it, and just here you got to focus on consistency, and from there, yeah, we had a good result 2nd. So
Almost looks like you were going to have a go at him to start with.
yeah, I was right up behind him. I just couldn't quite get out of the dipper quite enough, and just couldn't quite get him. But other than that, I think we were catching him most around the track, but it's just that one corner we just lose him a little bit.
Oh yeah, it was close racing, I just struggling to find a way past, and towards the end, sadly, my teammate Connor rolled over top of me, but I think he should be good. But,
We were having a really great race to get up to 3rd there. And then sort of just turning into turn 4, and yeah, I was just turning in and suddenly had a car flying over me upside down. So really unfortunate for the team. We had a great championship and really consistent up until then. So we'll assess the damage and see what options we can run for tomorrow.
International motorsports, Brock Gilchrist may be only 15, but the majority of his young life has been spent racing, first on quad bikes at age 4 and then moving to karts at age 7. This is without doubt an Aucklander in a hurry to make it to the top of the sport.
I started quad biking when I was 4, and I did that and really enjoyed that with my friends. Then Dad got me into go-karting till I was about 13, 14, and Dad said it was time to move on. So we started in the BMW 30 series, which I reckon was really good to get used to driving cars and everything. And then last season I did 2 rounds of the 86, and now this year I've got enough funding to do the full season. So the season's been pretty good so far. Currently sitting 6th. Rookie of the Year's looking quite out of reach now, with Callum being like 200 and something points ahead of me. Compared to the E30, overall it just feels so much better. Turns, it stops, it's reasonably fast. I'd like to try get over an Aussie and do some series, preferably the 86, but that will be tough just because it's very expensive to get over there. My ultimate goal would be get supercars over in Australia. It's what I'd always watch with Dad, and it's what I quite enjoy. You know, going around Bathurst and everything. I love to do that. I walked around the track last time I was there. It was quite tiring afterwards.
Coming up, all the action from race 2, and we meet 5-time national kart champion Jacob Cranston. 18-year-old Jacob Cranston brings a brilliant pedigree of karting success with 18 championship wins and 5 national titles, and it's early days for his tin top career, but Cranston is definitely a future star of Kiwi motorsport.
Since I was 8 years old, I got a go-kart. I've been racing for the last 19 years, and then end of last year, I got offered a drive to do the Toyota 86 series, so which is good, and we jumped into that and took it on board, and it's been a good season learning how to drive a car. I chose the Toyota Racing Series just because I feel like it's an even playing field for everyone. It's all about driving, the setup. It's not really, you can't do anything to the motor, you can't change anything in that aspect, so it just comes down to driving and how well your car's set up. It's my first season racing a car, and the wet's a whole different, driving technique, and you have to drive it so different to a go-kart, which I'm used to driving a go-kart in the wet. You just drive as hard as you can. You have to be patient. You have to be patient on the throttle, otherwise the car just lets go and you have no control of it. Yeah, well, I planned out to be top 10. It started good, like we showed pace, top 6, but we didn't really finish top 6 the first few rounds, and each round we're just going forward. Like qualifying, I don't qualify the best, but once I'm off a brand new green tyre, I seem to pick up pace again, and I can just push forward each race, which is good. So to be sitting about, I think I'm 7th or 8th in the series at the moment, is where we wanted to be for our first year.
The grid then for race 2 sees Callum Hedge again on pole position and Caleb Nato alongside. Aaron Crichton and Peter Bogdanovich are on road 2. And then on road 3, it's Connor Adam and Brock Gilchrist. Behind them, Jaden Ransley with work to do, alongside him, Justin Allen. And then further down, it's Jordan Baldwin in 9th position and Campbell Stewart alongside him. Connor Davidson is 11th, Jacob Cranston is in 12th. And then it's Leo Bolt, Andrew Jackson, and at the back, Sam Wright. Here we go then, a critical race for Callum Hedge, who now leads this championship with 2 races to go by 57 points and has the pole. Away they go. Hedge has got to stay out of trouble and stay in the lead if he can. Hedge takes the whole shot, and behind him, Natoa in 2nd place, and in 3rd place, Aaron Crichton trying to get through on the inside of turn 1. Good clean start then for race 2, but it's Hedge who leads. Where's Ransley? He's in the thick of it, just behind Adam by the looks of it. And Baldwin back there, there's Justin Allen. They come over turn 3 as we go on board now with Brock Gilchrist. Good showing by Brock in the first race. And some good clean racing. God, it's tight in there, isn't it? Crichton now has Gilchrist on the outside, and on the inside is Bogdanovich as they dive into the dipper. Round the outside goes Gilchrist. Crichton holds the line. And the rest of the field file through and head down towards the sweeper for the first time. Already Once again, it's Hedge and Nartoa in their own battle. Bogdanovic literally holding off the rest of the field. Amazing job by Connor Adam and his team, and an amazing job by Jaden Ransley and his team to work overnight, literally, to get their cars back and ready to race again after that massive crash in race 1. We look back from Aaron Crichton as they cross the line here at Hampton Downs. It's almost as though this circuit was designed for these little 86 cars. They love racing here. It's always tight, it's always interesting, never a dull race at Hampton Downs in 86. You can see from above how much they're spreading apart. Gilchrist at turn 2 has a look up the inside, can't quite do it though on Crichton. Crichton's got Bogdanovic ahead of him, and Bogdanovic perhaps slowing down Aaron Crichton. Crichton goes to the outside, Bogdanovic defends again, and here comes Gilchrist. And with Crichton going to the outside, Gilchrist is through. Nicely done by Brock Gilchrist, the youngster. And looking overhead, you can see distinctively 2 battles, one at the front for the lead, and the rest are all chasing Bogdanovic in 3rd place as he holds on just for now. But already the back mark is starting to lose a little bit of traction in terms of the main pack. And here is that main pack, led by number 84, the ITM-sponsored Peter Bogdanovic from Auckland. Of course, this race just 45 minutes down the road from Auckland. So this, the home track for Peter and his family and friends. Really wants to put on a good showing here. There's Jaden Ransley. And as you can see, he's right behind the Care Vets man. Can he shake him and get past? Because if he does, he's got a chance then of getting into 3rd quite quickly. And Ransley eyeing up a position here. He's got 3 places to get into 3rd. Has to win this race and hope that Callum Hedge has a problem. The gap is 57. And for a win, it's 75 points. We're on board with Baldwin, who, remember, started the weekend 3rd overall in the championship. He didn't have a good qualifying, and although mathematically capable of winning the title, I think those hopes have gone now. But all the field want to finish here at Hampton Downs at the finale on a high. It's been a great season, which started back in November at Pukekohe, and it's just got better and better as the season's gone on. Adam led early on. Ransley's led, and now, of course, Callum Hedge leading the way. Dust flying up in this midfield battle. Connor Adam with the lights on in the number 9 post-haste car. As you can see, trying to intimidate those in front of him. But I don't think he's going to. And look at Ransley go. He's now right behind Bogdanovic. He's now in 4th place, Jaden Ransley, so this has been a really good run. And considering that Andy Neal and the team have had to basically put that car back together again, we go on board with Connor Adam, and if anybody wanted to finish his season on a high, it's Connor for sure, after the start he had. Although Jacob Cranston coming around the outside of Adam, and I think he's going to pull this off. Adam's going to come to defend. They go side by side down to turn 2, and Ransley's past Bogdanovic for 3rd. So Ransley's on the hunt for sure. Back with Brock Gilchrist, now he's chasing Bogdanovic. And this has been a brilliant run by Ransley so far. He may not win the title, but he's going to show everybody why he should be champion. Such a sporting act last time out in race 1 when he wanted to check on Connor Adam to make sure he wasn't hurt. But you can see the gap that Ransley's got to reel in, and it's a big, big ask to do that. No question about it. There's about 6 car lengths between the leader, Callum Hedge, who leads the championship, Nartoa in 2nd place, but now Ransley firmly in 3rd, and Bogdanovic now holding off the chasing pack. Here we go then, the number 23, Brock Gilchrist, has had a good weekend so far. Can he maybe put a challenge in as the laps click down, back up the hill? Bogdanovic seemingly not as quick. Don't know whether it's the setup or what, but when you compare his pace at Highlands, for example, Bogdanovic winning a race there as we go on board with a cool, calm and collected Care Vets man, Callum Hedge. He was such a sensation in Formula 1600, and we noticed him there. And Caleb Nartoa, try as he might, Hedge doesn't make too many mistakes, and so he's not letting Caleb get any closer. And this is almost a repeat of race 1, where the 2 of them went at it. Nartoa got closer, but never overtook him. Ransley's putting in some laps now, and he's on the same pace now in the low 1/16s as the leaders. So now he's got some fresh air, Jaden Ransley. He can race as hard as he likes. but he needs to eke out up the inside on some damage to Baldwin's car, the number 23. Oh, and that'll just cause more damage as clattering into him goes Aaron Crichton. Now, the stewards may have a look at that and decide that the bumper that's flailing off the back of Jordan Baldwin's car is not raceable, and he may be brought in. As we ride now with Jacob Cranston, he's got Justin Allen in his sights. Justin Allen had a brilliant Taratonga, and he too has had a good season. And yeah, he is past Jordan Baldwin, is Cranston, and that is not looking good, because it could cause a problem as we go back with Nato, and this is the closest Nato has been to Callum Hedge. He has a chance now because Hedge just went to the grass for a minute out of turn 1 and 2. Hedge now under pressure, and he changes through the gearbox, looking in the mirrors. Hedge dives into 4. He's got to be very careful here. Oh, and through goes Caleb Natar into the lead. And Hedge might just say, okay, mate, off you go, because I don't need this fight. I lead the championship. But that's not his style. Look at him come back at the dipper. And back into the lead goes Callum Hedge, a true champion. Races all the way to the line. And look at them side by side towards the sweeper. Something's got to give. And Nato says it's not going to be me. And through he goes back into the lead. And Hedge has got to be careful here, because if he gets in trouble, the championship could change again. Ransley doesn't need a second invitation. And Hedge maybe the rookie of the year, but he wants to be the overall champion as we go back with Brock Gilchrist, still very much in the hunt in the Nexus number 10 for International Motorsport. Through the gearbox and over the line he comes. Chasing down Peter Vodanovic. He goes to the outside of Vodanovic, and as you can see, Vodanovic just covering the corner. Allen looking up the inside for a moment there on Cranston. And oh, that's not looking good at all for Baldwin. I think they're going to bring him in, because if that comes off and goes underneath another car, it could easily lead to an accident. And I'm sure, and Connor Adam is right behind him. You can see now, he can see the damage just as well as we can. And hats off to Connor Adams' team for fixing that car overnight after it flipped in race 1. A great job indeed. Down into turn 4, it's getting busy. Baldwin still in the hunt in the midfield, but I'm sure he's going to get brought in eventually. We look overhead at the dipper. Fantastic drone shots here give you a real true view of the gaps between the cars and how the race is unfolding. Look at Ransley pulling away from Vodanovic. He's done that well in the last 2 laps. We go back with Cranston as he attacks on Justin Allen. And no, he doesn't attack, he just drives into the back of him. Wow, out goes Allen, and that will also take out Jacob Cranston. Cranston's still going. Allen is out at the sweeper, but how long, I wonder, can Cranston keep going? Damage to Justin Allen. He was an innocent bystander there. Meanwhile, Nato is still leading Callum Hedge. Now, Hedge doesn't need to win this race, and I think if he's smart, he'll let Caleb have a victory here at Hampton. But that's not his style. He wants to win. Oh, no, Cranston has got off. This is at turn 1. Well, the damage was out. Out comes the safety car. Here's what happened again. And Cranston, yeah, he had too much damage, and he just slid off at turn 1. And I think there was probably either, yeah, you can see him locking up there. I think it was either body damage to the wheels or maybe a bent suspension rubbing the wheel on the bodywork. Here's what happened to Justin Allen, just hit from behind. Watch, boom. Yeah, he was nothing to do with that. And sadly, could do nothing about it except get back on track, which he did. And we slow it all down, and it's going to be another safety car finish, but one that Caleb Nato will be happy about, and one that Callum Hedge will be even happier about. Main reason being that Jaden Ransley in 3rd place did not get a chance to attack him, because we finished under safety, and therefore Callum Hedge will score more points again than Jaden Ransley and continue to extend that lead in the championship with just 1 race to go. But congratulations to this man. Caleb Natoa has really come of age here this year. That's his first win. Callum Hedge 2nd, Ransley, Vodanovic, Crichton, Stewart, Jackson, then Davidson, Adam, Gilchrist, Sam Wright, Justin Allen, Jordan Baldwin, Leo Bolt, and a DNF for Jacob Cranston.
It was a good race. Didn't get the best of starts, and Callum drove a bit ahead, but we managed to chase him down and get him towards the end, and yeah, got our first win. So it's been a long time coming, but we're very happy with it.
Yeah, definitely. definitely the hopes for the championship are there after Jaden's misfortune yesterday. So in the end there, just finish the race and not get caught up in any incidents.
Good solid seconds, good points.
Yeah, exactly. Managed to keep the lead, and Jaden caught us right by the end, and he did a really good job coming back from 7th, and his team also did a really good job getting his car repaired, so props to them.
Callum's got a handy lead at the moment, so he's looking good, but for sure we'll have a go. In that race, it's great to come from 7th to 3rd with some great racing there at the start of the race. And, you know, it's good to see Caleb have a go at Callum, and sort of I was like, oh, come on, here we go, gonna be good here. But, you know, it's great to see Caleb have his first race win, which is awesome for him. But, yeah, we'll make sure we're on the pace in the last one.
Coming up, it's the feature race from Hampton Daz to decide the 2019 title. Join us after this. So the final race of the season sees Caleb Nato in pole position. This time Callum Hedge is alongside him. Then it's Aaron Crichton and Peter Vodanovic again on the second row. Brock Gilchrist and Campbell Stewart, Connor Davison and Andrew Jackson in 8th position. Further down, it's Jordan Baldwin and Sam Wright. Jaden Ransley will try to finish his season on a high. Alongside him in 12th position, Justin Allen. And then it's Leo Bolt, Connor Adam and Jacob Cranston. Here we go then, the final race of the 2019 season for 86. Away goes Nato from pole, but a better start again from Callum Hedge, the championship leader. Hedge is going to beat him, I think he does, into the first corner. Callum Hedge just needs to keep it steady, and the title is his. Jaden Ransley way at the back with a lot of work to do, and he's now trying to fight with Jordan Baldwin for 2nd overall with that big lead now that Callum Hedge has. Be back from Aaron Crichton, good close start. Everybody jostling for position out of 3, down towards 4. And Jordan Baldwin forced off onto the grass at the exit of 3, but gathers it all together. Big moment for the number 23. And he's got it going again. Here comes Callum Hedge. Then goes Nato. Caleb Nato, what a season it's been for the youngster. Taking his first win last time out in race 2. He's got Vodanovic behind him now. Behind him, Brock Gilchrist. And then comes Aaron Crichton. And there is Jaden Ransley fighting at the back with the likes of number 7, Sam Wright. And Jacob Cranston. We're on board now with Wright as he comes up the hill. He's got Ransley in front of him. And I think Ransley will just want to finish his season with the best result he can get from the position he's in. The car can't be 100% after the rebuild on Saturday night, but it's been a good run from Jaden Ransley. And in fact, all of the drivers involved in this series have put in a really good job and improved dramatically. And that, of course, is the point of the series for Toyota and for motorsport in New Zealand. On board with 21, Andrew Jackson for Dark Horse Racing, coming into the championship this year. But at the back mostly, but he too has improved just like the rest of them, coming into it for the first time. And another one to watch in the future, young Andrew Jackson. And the overhead shot shows you that Callum Hedge now pulling away from Natoa. And if you wanted an example of just how successful Toyota 86 is, consider this. Hedge leading the way is just 15 years of age as we go on board with Connor Davidson. And the man behind him, Natoa, is 17, and both first and second are in their first ever Tin Top Championship. Brilliant. Absolutely superb. This year has been exceptional. Jeff Short and his team should be very proud of what they've created. And Andrew Davis and his team at Toyota have set it in motion. The future is right here for all of them to see. They're all following in the footsteps of Scott Dixon and the many other Kiwis that have been successful. Most recently, Liam Lawson, now in FIA Formula 3. As we go back on board with Newell Motorsports' Jaden Ransley, so close to winning this title. 4 men have led the series throughout this championship, including Jordan Baldwin, this man's teammate, Callum Hedge, as we go on board with Aaron Crichton, Jaden Ransley, and before that, at the start of the season, Connor Adam. Looking back from Aaron Crichton, it's Campbell Stewart Another newcomer, a speedway man, cut his teeth in mini stocks, and now, of course, part of the tin tops of 86. So many great stories of youngsters making their way in Kiwi motorsport here in this 86 field. And it's great to also see so many who've been part of 86 still around, like Michael Scott, Adam Smith, Ryan Yardley helping the youngsters, and Ash Blewett, of course, involved in TRS. Engineering, Brendan Leach's excellent season in TRS last year. Tom Alexander racing the Utes in Australia. Ryan Yardley now on the F4 grid at the Australian Grand Prix. And we've heard that Callum Hedge, as Ransley goes through on Baldwin, and that's an important overtake for him to make sure he secures that second place, but Baldwin's not giving up. Back comes Baldwin at him. Ransley and Baldwin, second and third in the championship, and fighting it out right to the bitter end. Baldwin getting the advantage for now. And we've heard that Callum Hedge may well be going to Formula Ford in Australia. And at 15, he's not old enough to take the prize of doing the 86 championship in Australia. And here comes Sam Wright on the inside. That's who Yardley's looking after. And he, like everyone else, is determined to finish this final race of the year with a good result. Down towards the sweeper they come. There's Baldwin, ahead of Ransley at the moment. There's Sam Wright. He's got Justin Allen just behind him. Allen involved in an incident, not his fault. Fixed the car after race 2, and we on board with the number 99 Battery Town man, who was superb in the wet. And I've been around his team all season. They love racing. It's a real family affair. And Justin Allen coming up from Mazda's and really enjoying the 86 car. And I think that's the best compliment that Toyota can get, is that everybody who drives and races this car, including this man, Jordan Baldwin, has enjoyed the car itself. It's safe, it's got a strong chassis, it's got all the gizmos on the inside, but it's a forgiving car too. It's relatively easy to drive, but very hard to drive fast. And that was one of the things that Callum Hedge was saying, is that all these drivers have raced each other on the way up in karts and Formula Ford and Formula First, and now they all come together with equal cars, equal power, equal tires, and it just shows you how close we get in the racing terms, and everybody enjoying this kind of racing, and it's becoming ever popular with these youngsters. Coming down to the closing stages though, Justin Allen will not let Sam Wright go. And both of them going at us, they head out of the sweeper. Again, Allen on the power, up through the gearbox. Flat out now in top gear. He'll try and suck in behind Smith and try to slingshot himself into a position to overtake, as Ransley's trying to do again on Baldwin around the outside of turn 1. Baldwin not having it. And this is a race for the championship finishing positions. And while Baldwin isn't as close to Hedge in terms of points, Hedge will want to finish ahead of his closest rival. Baldwin third in the championship, but Ransley at a strong second. He can't catch Hedge right now, but he would love to finish certainly ahead of another man who's led this championship this season, Jordan Baldwin. And Andy Neal must be very happy with this young man. He's been an absolute breeze to hang out with. Big smile on his face, loving his racing. He's improved dramatically. And Andy Neal, who's worked with some of the best in Kiwi motorsport, has certainly been very pleased with Ransley's improvement and representation of Neal Motorsport this season. So the clock winding down, Vodanovic still holding on to a podium finish, and that would be a good way for the Auckland to finish here at Hampton. But it's certainly not over yet. Ransley on Baldwin, he's got the attack. He's got ahead of Baldwin up the hill, but back comes Baldwin across the line. They're side by side, these two, as they have been all season long, and Baldwin takes the advantage back into turn 1 for now. But the Miles Toyota man will probably come back at him, and as these two fight, just behind them, here comes Connor Davidson to join the battle. Into turn 2 they go. Connor Davidson looking for a good result, and it would be a real scalp if he could beat Ransley in this race. There he is. Coming into turn 4, he looks to the inside, does Davidson. Racecraft dramatically improved. Here is Davidson on board with the number 95 down towards the dipper. Neatly done. Back with Vodanovic, leading this group of 4 now, which includes Aaron Crichton, Brock Gilchrist, number 97 in the blue, that's Campbell Stewart. Then 21, that's Andrew Jackson. Then comes this almighty battle between Baldwin and Ransley that's raged on throughout this race. It might be at the back, but it's for pride now at this stage. They're going at it in style. Good racing between these two. What a way to finish the year. Across the line again comes Vodanovic. Gilchrist jigs to the outside, but he's not going to get him there. And a little love tap into turn 1. No harm, no foul, but this is a great battle in the closing stages now. Vodanovic trying to hold on, literally racing in his mirrors. And he doesn't need to really, because he's right there. Here's Brock Gilchrist. Almost glued together, the pair of them. Now, here comes Aaron Crichton. And Campbell Stewart looking to go through with him. Crichton looking for a podium. Vodanovic holding on, trying to keep that podium if he can. There are 3 cars, though, who want to change that story. But Vodanovic has got the advantage as he heads towards the sweeper. Gilchrist lining himself up. Can't quite do it there, but you can see as we go on board what he's thinking. Looked to the outside for a moment, then came back to the inside. Then back up the hill, lining himself up for a potential overtake on the inside of turn 1. Campbell Stewart isn't close enough. But what about Brock Gilchrist around the outside? Here comes, oh, how about this for an overtake? Crichton on the inside of Gilchrist. And he's got it. Through goes Aaron Crichton, or has he? Oh, look at this, 4-way fighting here as they head out and over the top. Oh, it's very tight, back comes Gilchrist. Stewart and Gilchrist going at it. Crichton just ahead of Gilchrist. And this is turning out to be one of Stewart's best races so far in the series. And Vodanovic, not to be outdone, is holding on here as they head through the dipper again. Aaron Crichton, though, all over the back of him. Gilchrist and Stewart not far behind. So he has to defend again, and this is where he's vulnerable because pace-wise, the man leading a group like this doesn't really have the pace up the hill compared to those chasing. Getting just a little bit less air at them, maybe a chance to get a slipstream and come around the outside. But it's last lap now. Here comes your leader, Callum Hedge, leading in style and taking the championship. Just 15 years of age. What a year it's turned out. We saw him in the Formula 1600 a year ago, and we knew that he was going to be something special. But his intention was to win the rookie title. Well, that was going to be an obvious, because he got that wrapped up by the halfway stage almost. But to take the overall when the opportunity arose, he was ready. He qualified well and has raced brilliant. He's going to win the weekend overall of the 3 races with the 2 wins and a 2nd place. And Natoa, the 18-year-old, is going to follow him home. Remember, both these 2 men trying tin tops for the first time. And that's a great accolade for the organisers of this championship. But what a story. Callum Hedge, who just had a sensational year with Liam Lawson and Marcus Armstrong, and now another Kiwi, surely heading overseas. We hear he's going to do Formula Ford in Australia, and look out, Aussies, because here he comes. Callum Hedge will take Care Vets to their 3rd successive title in the 86 series. What a way to do it for the number 17. And Callum Hedge is the new champion of New Zealand 86. And a huge future ahead for him. Vodanovic holds off that chasing pack and takes 3rd place. Confirmation of the results then. Callum Hedge, Caleb Natoa in 2nd place, Vodanovic 3rd, Aaron Crichton, Stewart, Gilchrist, Jackson, Jaden Ramsey in the end did beat Baldwin for 8th place. He'll be happy with that. Baldwin in 9th, Connor Davidson, Wright, Cranston, Allen and Bolt. So let the celebrations begin for young Callum Hedge, who wins the championship by 64 points in the end over Jaden Ransley second, Jordan Baldwin third, Badanovic, Adam, Gilchrist, Crichton, Natoa, then Cranston, and further down Campbell, Stewart, Justin, Allen, Sam Wright, Connor Davidson, Andrew Jackson, and Leo Bolt.
Yeah, it definitely feels really good to come away with the championship in my rookie year. Massive thank you to Keith Houston and Kevets for the awesome opportunity this year. I cannot thank them enough.
What does winning the championship mean to you?
It was just a goal that I'd set. I wanted to come in and try and win the rookie championship and maybe go for another year. But to win it in my rookie year is pretty special.
It's great to see Callum win, you know. It's good to have someone that's with that Kiwi scholarship, to have them third title in a row, and hopefully they keep bringing their scholarship back to us. But for sure, it was a great season, and congratulations to Callum. Can't thank the boys enough for their hard work. Andy from Neil Motorsport, his hard work this year. It's really awesome that we've finally got a result out of it.
It's been extremely close all year. It's been some fantastic racing. And we've kind of come away with third in the championship. So it's not quite where we wanted. No, we were hoping we came here to win it. We had the championship lead going into Manfeild, and we've had a few unfortunate events unfold since then. But like I say, it's been a fantastic year, and we've got to be pleased with where we're at.
And I think that sentiment goes for all of those involved in the 86 championship. Everybody improved. Highs and lows, 4 different championship leaders, but one champion. Callum Hedge, the youngster at just 15, does it in style. We'll be back again next year for another sensational season of the Toyota 86 Championship. From me, Jonathan Green, goodbye until then.